Good morning everybody, I hope you're doing well, and in this video we're going to install all the hardware, servos, wires, electronics, and we're going to do the base settings for the KK2. But before we start working on the F-35, it's really smart to get your printed components finished. So in this case I'm going to print the LiPo holder, so let's try it out. And therefore I'm going to use the bambulab. So if you can look clearly, I'm using supports for this part. Printed in lightweight, single wall. All my settings are shared on RC groups, and you can find my settings over there. So let's print. Slot. Yeah, here we go. So the bambulab received this part, and let's start printing. Like I told you in the last video, we're going to finish up the wings. Therefore, we're going to install the ailerons. Normally we use this hinge system, but it's really important to close this gap. So that's why I'm going to use a carbon tube with a smaller tube inside. So let me show you how I do this. But let me show you a sneak preview about our X-32. This is a hard launch model, and I'm going to use the same technique to close up the gap between the control surfaces. This is a really funky little airplane. It flies really fast. If you follow me on Instagram, I already posted some flying videos, and I'm really starting to like this model. We got our points to measure out the CG. We got our high-tech servos built in, and we're using a 30mm 14,000 kV motor. We got our electronic bay, and yes guys, you can print this model in just a few days with a single printer, and it's really fun. And if you crash it, just print out your new parts. You can remove the wings easily. It's quite difficult to film with one hand, but we will launch this model soon on RC-Jetprint. Let me know in the comments and give me a big thumbs up if you really like this model. Let me know. So my idea is to use this flexible rod, cut it on the correct distance, and this is a really fast and easy process. We will also cut a steel tube and then cut it over here and there, and this outer part we will glue on the aileron, and the middle section we're going to glue on the wing. So let's do it. And you can directly do it twice for the other wing, of course. This is by the way me organized. But I'm really starting to love building this F-35. Even for the transition, it's really quite handy to have some spare F-35s. So I have some spare wings. So when I crash or damage the model, I can really rebuild, and you all can really fastly rebuild this model. So let me check on the bambulab. Yes, it's printing. And what I do like is you can follow, you have this app on your, or slicer software on your desktop, and you can see live what it's doing. But I also like the app for your mobile phone. You can also follow what it's doing. This is pretty cool. Wow. So good job on that. Okay, let us continuing with the aileron part. Okay. So what we can do, What I'm going to do is make some cut over here, break it, cut over here, also break it, then do this. By the way guys, if you want to have some small music in the background, just let me know. I can add some music, because this is actually not an entertainment video, but some of you are complaining about the music. So what we do next? Let me see how to organize this. We got a small X32 over there. Clean it. Let's clean it a little bit more. So thank you for all the nice comments. These videos are not cut or edited. It's just a build from beginning to end. So give me please a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, because a thumbs up really triggers the algorithm from YouTube. So something like this. I will use sepper gap. Like so. Here we go. Don't use too much glue and try not to spoil it on the middle tube part. That will be really enough and still moving freely. Okay, now we take the aileron. Also this part must be cleaned up, of course. I hope you can still see it, but I will show them later. I think this is the correct position. A small drop, please. We are getting there. We are getting there. Okay, let's slide in the Servo horn. Yeah. But just don't glue it yet, so you can also do some mechanical adjustment to the aileron. So finally the first wing is done, and let's continue the second wing. Okay, let's install the wing tube. 8mm rod, it goes all the way through. And in this case, I'm using a Y cable for aileron. A long Y cable, purchased on AliExpress. Okay. We connect this cable for aileron, and And we got our servo for the slots. Let me check. So for the slots, because I'm using a Y cable, they are pointing at the same position of the way. So we need to use one small Servo reverser for one side. So I will use, I think this was this side, that needed a Servo reverser. These are from Turnigy. They are really small and cheap. That's important. So, okay, let me see more. So slide in what you can already slide in. So, and also bring this cable via the LiPo bay or reel bay to the LiPo bay. So, something like that. Everything's there. Everybody. Let me see if I can do this a little bit more nicer. Make sure you don't swap the wires, but you have easy access to the parts. This one I slide back into the wing. And gently slide this cable back. And let me turn it a little bit and then push it all the way in. The slots are aligned, so make sure no cables got stuck in between. Here you go. And for the builders, you don't need to glue the wing to the fuselage. When you got a crash or hard landing or damage, you can easily remove the wing again. Look, it's really stiff, but you get it. Just don't glue the wing. By the way, for the landing gear or retracts, I'm using a split cable with 3 connectors. This is really nice. It's a little bit custom made, but it will save a lot of time, and it's way more easy to reconnect the landing gear. But always prepare this cable. I know that Pichler is still out of stock, so we will upload a file on RC group soon that you can make your own fixed landing gear, so you can take off anyway and wait when they are back at stock. So I will do this for the landing gear. Okay, you see me first time with the KK2 board. This is from this EDF over here. I call it output 4. So the front EDF output 1, the back EDF output 2, the right EDF output 3, and this is number 4. So when I get confused with all this cable, just connect what you can connect. So this is output 4. So let's continue with the right wing. So I'm a big fan of Yeti. I cannot remember which outputs were which outputs. So I go to my function assignment. Oh no, I need to go to my servo assignment. There we get all our settings. So front doors. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong model. We call it the mini F-35. Sorry for that. We go back to Servo assignment. Okay, the lefts are at output 10. I'm going to use the Rex 10, but I'm going to replace this with the assist. So I can fly the F-35 with the jetty assist, because I can also control the gains from the ground. This is really not possible with the KK2 board. So my signal from my KK2 board goes to E2. And my external power meter goes to external and so on, but I will show you this in the video. So let's start connecting the receiver. The landing gear, those were number 6. So, yeah. So try to make all cables as short as possible. This will save weight. Our next step is also to connect the front landing gear retract and the steering servo. Therefore we need to remove the hatch to guide the 2 wires through these holes all the way to the back. So I need to remove this top hatch and the front EDF. And there you got our elevators installed. It looks already really stunning. So let's continue with wiring up all these servos. Yeah, cool. So for the fetal version you use this battery tray and you slide it underneath this against to this wall. And I just told you about the CG, so you just used a small drip of glue and then we slide afterwards you got a nice fit. But if you're flying for CTOL, this battery must be put it over there, installed over there. So if you come closer, so you slide the battery all the way there. There you go. So when you look at from the bottom, here is your 6S battery positioned. And to check the CG afterwards, you see the small dots. So put your finger under these two holes and then you have your correct CG. So once again, install the LiPo over there for CTOL. Install the LiPo over here for the fetal version, and then you can also glue all the doors closed. These are also in the files, so then you can glue the doors. That's why we also added the doors for closing the F-35. And we have also an add-on kit for the F-35 if you want to go for CTOL. We also have an update to close this cover and also the holes for the motors, so the model looks really nicely. If you have questions about this topic, just ask in the comment section. Okay, let's proceed making the left left vertical stabilizer. Okay, before installing this part, let's sand it first from the inside. We don't see this part afterwards, so I don't care actually about the outside. I'm using this open, we call it in the Dutch gaas schuurpapier. Open sandpaper. And just slide the LiPo through. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, let's glue it. So sorry guys, I needed to remove this EDF again. But I do this that I can show you how much that you can push in this LiPo tray. I hope you can see it. And you see that point over there? So I really want to aim for this position, like so. Then you will have a optimized center of gravity. Okay, let's glue it. Okay, I installed the ESCs. This is no rocket science because you all are model builders. So if the motor runs the wrong way, just switch two wires with each other and it will direct the motor to the other side. I also installed the servo for, yeah, look, it goes really smooth. For the lift fan, I use that for a cordless servo. So this is, you can play a little bit around. It's a nice feature. And it's strong enough, these cordless servos. Okay, let's finish up the final vertical stabilizer. And then we will wire up and hopefully we can hover it today.